Good morning, friends. Today I am going to take this session on the directive principles of state policies. Okay, guys, in the previous class we have seen the salient features of the directive principles of state policy, guys. Okay, so the DPSP starts from the Article 36 to 51, guys. Okay, we have DPSP. DPSP, we have articles from 36 to 51. This we started in the previous class. Okay, and we have seen the provisions regarding the DPSP. So in detail we have seen what are the provisions of the Gandhian principles, socialist principles and the liberal intellectuals. We have seen, guys, this comes under the part 4 of the constitution, guys. Guys, in this I want to clear one thing, guys. In the previous class, that is the salient features of the constitution, I said in article 47, guys. Article 47 in the previous class I said that it deals with the heritage. I said it deals with the heritage, guys, but it is not article 47 which deals with the heritage, guys. Okay, it is the article 49, guys. So okay, I confused. It is article 49 which deals with heritage, but the article 47 deals with the public health. It deals with the public health. That is, it is the duty of the state to provide the nutrients, food to the people of the country, guys. Okay, and have that public health. Article 47 deals with the public health, whereas the heritage deals with the article 49, guys. Okay, please make a small change in your books. Okay, so now I will continue our discussion, guys. Okay, guys, as we said that DPSPs are not enforceable because they are not guaranteed rights. Okay, and in this session I am going to take the few articles of the DPSP, guys. So in this session I am going to take the articles which we can cover at most in this lecture. I will take those articles and the remaining articles I will take in the next class. Okay, so if you come to the article 36, article 36 deals with the definition of the state. Okay, so we have provisions regarding the article 36 as same as in the part 3 of the article 12. Okay, we have part 3. So in the part 3 also we have article 12. So whatever the definition that are present in the 12, same will be applicable in the article 36. Okay, so that is the same definition until unless it is somewhat written in a different manner. Okay, so until and unless it has been not changed, the same definition of the article 12 in the part 3 will be applicable to the same definition of the article 36. This defines the definition of the state. So if you revise, what is the definition of the state? It is the government of India and the parliament. Government of India and the parliament. After that, the government of state and the state legislature. Okay, and the local bodies. The local bodies and all this, these are present in India or outside India, which are under the control of the India, comes under the definition of the state. Same will be present here in article 36. So this also defines the state. Okay, so after that I will move to the next article, that is article 37, guys. Okay, so article 37 defines it exactly as the features of the DPSP. So in the features of the DPSP, I said that is article 37. They are not enforceable, guys. These are not enforceable. Okay, that enforceable I said not as my wish. It is said in the article 37. Okay, it says it shall not be enforceable. It shall not be enforceable by any courts. Okay, this is the provision that is present in the article 37 itself. Okay, as article 37 itself is saying it shall not be enforceable by any courts, means they are not justiciable. Okay, they are not justiciable, and this and it said these are the fundamental for the governance. These are the fundamental for the governance. This also it was mentioned in the Article 7. Okay, and after that it said it is the duty of the state. It is the duty of the state. Okay, it is the duty of the state to implement these policies while making laws. Okay, these provisions we are having in Article 37, guys. Okay, Article 37 says it shall not be enforceable by any courts, means these are not justiciable. These are not justiciable. Okay, these are not justiciable and they are the fundamental for the governance. They are fundamental for the governance and it is the duty of the state to implement these policies. Okay, to consider these policies while making the laws. Okay, this is about Article 37. Article 37 itself saying this. Okay, it is not enforceable. It is the fundamental for the governance and it is the duty of the state to implement these laws while making the laws. Okay, guys, clear with Article 37? Let us move to the next article, that is Article 38. So, aisa padna guys, Constitution. So, in this way, if you read the Constitution, you will get the juice. Okay, guys, try to get the juice from the fruit. Okay, then only you can have it have in a fruitful manner, guys, in a tastefully. So, whatever the things that you are having, if you go through the subject, if you go through the things as you interestingly, then you will get to know the many things and you will also get interest to learn more and more. Simply studying the reading and by hearing things is not going to be useful, guys. Okay, so as in this I said in the futures only. So these three provisions I said in the futures, but they are present in this article, guys. They are present in this article, that is article number 37. Okay, so try to get the things as and connect the things. Polity is the dynamic subject. Polity is the dynamic subject. Please try to connect the dots present over here. Okay, then you can make the wonders. Otherwise, it's very difficult. Simply you by heart, or if you get the things, or simply keep aside. Static should be connected with the dynamics. So today I am going to take one side. Guys, in the previous classes we have said that right to property is an legal right. So till yesterday we know that it is not a fundamental right. It is not a fundamental right. It has been repealed in the fundamental rights through the 44th Constitutional Amendment 1978. But in the case, that is this news was 2 days back news, it said that as long for any longer year it is not a fundamental right, but the Supreme Court reiterates that it is a constitutional right. It is the constitutional right. Means it said that even though it is not a fundamental in nature, but this has the constitutional authority. This has the constitutional right through the Article 300A, guys. Okay, so these are the judgments we need to consider and we need to see, guys. This is a constitutional right. Okay, so we need to connect the dots. Like what are the Supreme Court judgments? So what are the government policies? So whether it has been in the DPSP or the fundamental rights. Guys, till Article 51A comes under one part, guys. Okay, that is we have from Articles 1 to Articles 51A becomes one part of our discussion. Okay, so before this we have some philosophical part. Okay, we have some philosophical part, like we have historical background, the making of the constitution, preamble, the formation of the India, the states becoming part of India. Okay, guys, the basic structure doctrine, schedules, all this comes under the, all those things comes under one part, that is philosophy part. So this also very important, guys. This is also very important. So in the Articles 1 to 51A, we are having the 5 parts. The first part is the union and its territory, second part citizenship, third part of fundamental rights, fourth part that we are dealing right now, that is the DPSP, that is Directive Principles of State Policy, and the after that we have 51A, that is fundamental duties. Okay, these 5 constitutes a strong building block of the constitution, guys. Okay, so after those we are having the concepts like the union and the state. This I discussed in the table of content lecture, guys. In the table of content lecture I have discussed this in details. Okay, so if you have not seen those one, please go to the table of content lecture. So if you complete the DPSP and the fundamental duties, we have done with good job, guys. Okay, so try to connect the things. Okay, so simply they will ask the fundament. The DPSPs are not justiciable in nature, and the first statement, there is no mention about the non-justiciable in the constitution. Does the statement correct? No, guys. We have mentioned, the constitution mentioned this in article 37 itself. Okay, so we should know what are the provisions that are having in article 37. So in article 38, in each and every article, and if there is any amendment, what are the amendments they have made? Okay, for what purposes they have made? All those things should be discussed and should be dealt with, such that we can deal the things easily. Otherwise, it's become very difficult. Okay, guys. So come to the subject. So article 37 we have done with. Now I am going to take the article 38. Okay, article 38 deals with the justice, guys. Okay, it deals with the justice. States to secure social order to ensure the justice to the citizens. Okay, guys, if I take article 38, article 38 says state to ensure that, okay, state to ensure that it should be social justice, social order. Okay, guys, state to ensure that it should be having social order for the welfare of the people. For the welfare of the people. Okay, state to ensure social order for the welfare of the people. This was mentioned in article 38. What does it mean, the social order, guys? What does it mean, social order? So these provisions we have clearly mentioned in the 31A, guys. 38A. Guys, one more thing I want to give clarity. Guys, we have few articles which have been added and few articles which have been changes in the clauses. Guys, for example, I said the 51 is, guys, see, we have discussed article 21, we have discussed article 21A. Okay, article 21A says that life and personal liberty. Life and personal liberty. Article 21 is the right to education. Right to education. Okay, so this is different from this. This we have been added through 86th Constitution Amendment Act 2002. Okay, but this has been present in the Virginia Constitution. But guys, here we need to discuss one more thing that I will discuss in this aspect. Okay, so state to ensure social order for the welfare of the people. So how the state can ensure social order? Okay, the social order may be justice. Okay, so we should have the justice. So justice should be maintained without justice we can't go for the every judgmental. So the justice should be socio, economic and political. Okay, we have the justice. So we should have the justice in our country. The justice should be of the socio, economic and the political, guys. Guys, I said that it is welfare. I said that it is welfare. So how we should give the welfare, guys? It is called as the keystone, guys. It is keystone. So the crux of the DPC is the welfare. The crux of the DPS, the Directive Principles of the State Policy, is the welfare, guys. We want only one thing. We should do. We should have the welfare. We should have the welfare. So how we can have the welfare state? Okay, so we can have the welfare state by providing some assistance to the people of the country. Okay, so we can go for the development of the nation. Okay, so in what way, guys? So in this, simply providing some subsidy. Okay, simply providing some subsidy to the agriculture, providing the midday meals to the people to the children. Okay, in this manner, if you give some assistance, if you help the people, if you help them, then it is the welfare that they can do. So it is the state to ensure the social order for the welfare of the people, guys. Okay, this social order should be justice, that is socio-economic and political justice. Okay, so justice should be done to everyone, guys. Justice is our main concept and the target. Okay, so guys, we have the justice as mentioned in the preamble also. Okay, ऐसा connect करना dots. Okay, preamble also we have justice. Okay, this is the importance of the concepts, guys. Okay, so in second one, this we are not having in the original constitution, guys. This we have the Morarji Desai has added. So the Morarji Desai government has added this through the 44th Constitutional Amendment Act in the year 1978. This says that minimum income or inequalities. Okay, so we should have the minimum income or the inequalities in our nation, guys. Okay, guys, to bring the each and everyone into a single line, we have the minimum inequalities. We have the minimum inequalities, and to bring the income at a certain level. Okay, so everyone should be have their own progress. Okay, so in this manner, how to minimize his income and the inequalities, minimize the income in the inequalities. This have been through the 44th Constitutional Amendment 1978. Now I will come here, guys. Okay, I said 21 is different from 21A, but I can't write this as 38(2), guys. These have been provisions as a 2. Okay, in this manner I should write. Means in the article 32 I have the provision, so clause 2. Okay, so in the article 38 we are having the clause 1 which are present in the original constitution, and 32 we have been added. Like in few cases we have 43, guys, 43B. This is also separate article. Okay, this is also separate article. Like for example, we are having the 39F. Okay, we are not having 39F as separate article. We are having 39 clause 4F. Okay, the 39 clause F deals with the that are going to take in the next article, guys. This deals with the economic. So for the economic development, we can't make the children to work. For the economical benefit, we can't make the children to work. Okay, this we have gotten. Means, guys, this is different, this is different, this is different, this is different. Okay, so you should know, if you write in this manner without brackets, it is a new article. 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 If you write in the brackets, this shows that it is a part of this article. It is a part of this article. These things you should know, guys. Otherwise, all the things will confuse you. Okay, guys, I think I have clearly explained. Okay, good. So, Article 30 deals with these things, guys. Okay, that is the minimized income or the inequalities. Okay, so after that, I will take Article 39. Article 39 says that, okay, okay, guys, so Article 39. Article 39 says that, so it is the state to follow the principles in framing the policies. Okay, so it says that state should follow the certain principles in the policy. Okay, so state should follow certain principles in policy, guys. Okay, so state should follow certain principles in the policy making. So this we have seen in the Article 39, guys. So what are the principles they have been mentioned? The first and foremost is the livelihood, guys. Okay, that is the men and women should be treated as alike and should have the adequate means of livelihood. Adequate means of livelihood. Okay, so the men and women should having the equal payment and should have the adequate means of livelihood for their survival. This will the Article 39, guys. And after that we have the wealth should not be concentrated at a single person. Okay, wealth should not be concentrated. Okay, the wealth should not be concentrated at a single place. Okay, and we have the ownership and control of the resources. Ownership and control of resources to everyone. Okay, so these are not should be only for few people of the society. So we have the ownership and the control of the resource for everyone, guys. The welfare state deals with that only, guys. So everyone should be distributed equally, guys. Okay, so ownership and control of the resources, and after that equal payment for equal work. Equal payment for equal work. Okay, guys, and after that we have the health and strength of the workers. Health and strength of workers. Guys, as I said, health and strength of the workers. This is very, very important article, guys. Guys, we have the retirement age. Why we have the retirement? As they are, even though they have the ability to do the work, we are going for its retirement because the state is going to see the health and its strength conditions of the people. Okay, so depending upon their situations, they are going to make them to give their voluntary retirement. So state is going to see the health and the strength of the workers. Health and the strength of the workers, guys. Okay, and sixth one that I said that it is through the sixth one is very, very important. That is, this is 39F. Guys, we are having that A, B, C, D, E and the F. Okay, this is 39F. This is not separate article. So 39F deals with the economic conditions of the children. Economic conditions of children. Okay. Guys, economic conditions of children. Guys, we are having the children who are present in the orphanages. Like child age homes and all those things. So those who are not having the guardians, we should take care of those people also, guys. And we can't make them to work at hazardous places. Okay, and we should provide them with good proper nutrition food. All those things should be taken while considering the policy, guys. This deals with article 39, guys. Good. So let us move to the next article, that is article 39A. Article 39A is very, very important, guys. This will connect the fundamental rights. Why? Because this will provide the free legal aid. What the article 39 deals with? Article 39 deals with free legal aid. Okay, free legal aid is simple nothing but, so for at any time the state has opportunities not to secure, as means it should provide the justice who are not capable of having their economic or disabilities, any disability. So simply, so guys, a person has been convicted, so a person is under the case, but he is not having the economically sound. Okay, but he needs a lawyer, okay, for the discussion in the case. But if you through the article 39A, the government is going to provide free legal aid, free legal lawyer, guys. Okay, such that because of its economical conditions or any disabilities, means you are not going to get the justice. Okay, you are going to get the justice at any cost. Okay, if you are economically sound, you can go for the lawyers, okay, of your own. If you are not economically sound or if you have any disabilities, then you can approach the government such that they will provide the legal aid. Okay, guys, but here deals with all legal aids, and this articles, that is in the 22, guys. In the 22 we are having the free legal aid. Okay, in the 22 we are having the free legal aid, but they are going to discuss only with the criminal cases. Okay, but here we are having the all legal aids. Okay, guys, we have the arrest and detention in article 22. Okay, so this is about the, we have any goes at any cost you are going to get the justice. Justice is the main concept of article 39, guys. It is that you are going to get justice because of your economic, all the any disabilities, you are not going beyond the bars. Okay, you have the right to have the legal aid for any situations, guys. Okay, even for economic conditions, not only for the law or thing, for any purposes. If any tourism person came to India, then they can have the free legal aid. Anyone, guys. Okay, this deals with article 39A. Okay, and after that if we have Article 40 deals with the, that is organization of panchayat guys. Article 40 deals with the organization of panchayats. Okay, so organization of panchayats guys, we have in the constitution we have two bodies, that is the union and the state, but we are not having the constitutional sanction about the panchayat size. About the panchayats we are not having the constitutional sanctions, but for this if you want to form the organization of the panchayat, we should have the function and the power. Okay, so whenever we are having the functions and the power of the unit, then they can perform the duty such that they can form the panchayat and they will run at the local level institutions. Okay, so without the functions and authority, simply the running of the panchayats become very difficult. For that we came with the 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act 1922, and this gave the constitutional sanctions for the panchayats. Okay, at present we are having the center, state and the local bodies. Okay, so this third level body, so previous we used to have the center and the state, but the local bodies was on the part of the state, but they are not having the separate division guys. But now through 73rd Constitutional Amendment 1992 we have the local bodies. Okay, we have local bodies, we have the constitutional sanctions for the local bodies also. Okay, so this gave the ability, this gave the power, this gave the authority for the panchayats to function guys. Okay, so we have that state election commissioner, state finance commission who are going to deal with the panchayats guys, like with respect to the election part, with respect to the financial part. Okay, we have given the sanctions for them. This is about the Article 40 guys. This is how the Gandhian principle, that is local government should be uplifted. Okay guys, this is about Article 40. Now if I take Article 41, Article 41 deals with the right to work and right to work, to education and public assistance in certain cases. Okay, if you see Article 41 deals with the right to work, to education and public assistance in certain cases. Guys, this also within the capacity, within the economic capacity of the state. Very good articles, very nice article guys, very nice article. Okay, so right to work, we have the right to work, that's why we are having the Manrega, that is the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment guys. Okay, so the state will provide you some work, 100 days minimum work, that is the Manrega guys. Okay, right to work, education and public assistance in certain cases. And if you have, means if you need money, then it is going to provide guys. Like for example, we are having the, that is like midday, that is pensions. We are having the pensions. Okay, so the pensions are providing for the state guys, but you can't say that the pension is only 200. Okay, for if you say 200, we have this provision within the economic capacity of the state, means state capacity. So whatever the provisions, whatever the financial that is having the state, within that financial they will provide. They can't give the 2000 rupees. Okay, they can't give the 2000 rupees. We have the PM Kisan. Okay, so in the PM Kisan we are having 6000. Okay, means they will provide 6000 because they can provide within the economic capacity of the state. So after they can't cross this economic capacity of the state. Okay guys, they will provide in the, that is we have right to work, the education and the public assistance in certain cases. Okay guys, this deals with the Article 41 guys. Good article. Okay, so next we have the last article for today's discussion, that is Article 42. Okay, Article 42 deals with provisions for just and human conditions of work and maternity relief. Okay, if you see Article 42, it deals with provisions for just and human conditions of work and maternity relief. Provisions for just and human conditions of whom? Of the workers under the maternity relief. Okay guys, so provisions for just and human conditions. So if there are workers, so the workers will work, this article will take care of the what are the human conditions, what are the conditions for a worker to work. So if guys, we have the wage act also, we have the labor act, we have the labor act, and we have the trade union acts. Okay, why? Because simply, so in the few countries, not only in in the few countries, they made the workers to work for a long duration of time. Okay, this article is going to give the what are the working conditions of the people. Okay, how much salary should be given, so what are its economic conditions, all those things are going to consider the workers of the every departments. We have the education department, health department, in every aspects they are going to see the conditions of the workers. So what are their conditions, so whether they are capable of doing that work, whether it is the after work they are doing, or they are doing in the hazardous places, all those things are going to consider in this work guys. Okay, and the maternity relief guys, we provide the maternity relief leave, and guys, the maternity is a natural justice guys, means that is it must for the woman guys. Okay, for maternity relief we should provide the financial support. So when a woman is working, if he was get pregnant, then we can't make them to remove from the office guys. We have maternity reliefs. Okay, like the maternity relief that we can provide is the leave for some years. Okay, leave for some years, and the payments, and the payment that we can provide such that they can survive their children and their family guys. If in a family the only working person is a woman, then how that family can survive? No guys. Okay, that's why we have the provisions regarding the maternity relief also. Okay, this deals with the Article 42. Okay guys, we have the Maternity Relief Act. Okay, I think 2017, something like this, we have the Maternity Relief Act also. This is question in the 2018 guys. Okay, this articles, if I conclude the DPSPs are the one. So if you need to study the fundamental rights, we should know DPSP. Okay, if you need to study DPSP, you should have the fundamental rights and the laws. Then only we can go for this study guys. That is fundamental rights, DPSPs and laws are in connected guys. DPSPs and the laws are in consistent. These are inconsistent with each other. Okay guys, with this I am closing my session guys. So that this is for Article 42. I will continue my next session with Article 43. So I complete this from 43 to 51 in the next session guys. Thank you one and all.